to the Lotus Goddess Divine Love. Hi everyone, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well and staying safe. And let's get started and let's see what messages comes through today. And just keep in mind that this is a general reading. And welcome if you're new to my channel, and welcome back to everyone. Thank you for being a part of my channel, and thank you to all the members as well. I appreciate all of you. Let's see what messages comes through today. Okay, so for whoever this resonates for, this Divine Masculine, I see Divine Masculine in this reading. He cannot think about anything but Divine Feminine. I just see here constantly thinking about Divine Feminine. This Divine Masculine has learned a lot of lessons from the past. I do see karmic lessons learned here. And he is constantly, he is waking up thinking about Divine Feminine. He goes to sleep. I feel like he goes to sleep quite late. This is something that is on the Divine Masculine's mind constantly. And I see here that he's trying to keep, it feels like trying to keep himself composed. It's making him anxious. It's making him feel restless. He knows what he did wrong. He knows where he messed up. He feels like he's been very unfair towards the Divine Feminine, and I see here that he wants to protect the connection. This Divine Masculine is moving. It is showing here that this Divine Masculine is quite slow. That's the downside of it. It took this Divine Masculine a long time, but again, it's divine timing, right? So it took this Divine Masculine quite some time to figure it out. Let's just say that. I see here that he was very, he didn't have the strength to be with Divine Feminine. He didn't have the strength to face the Divine Feminine. And he didn't have the strength to take the responsibility as the Divine Masculine in the divine connection. There were a lot of things that held this Divine Masculine back. I see here that he had a lot to figure out, and a lot has to do with his way of living, not just currently, but how he used to do things in the past, his relationships. And I don't mean like romantic relationships. It's more like family connections, friends, how he is in society, how he interacts with people. I feel like he was a very inexperienced spiritual being. Okay, let's just say that. He was more in the 3D. He was more of the 3D world, and spiritually, this Divine Masculine really didn't have one foot in, one foot out. He was not in balance, right? You need to be in balance because we are spiritual beings living in this world, right? You need to be balanced between both. And this Divine Masculine was more in the 3D. It's like he's standing in the 3D, and it's like his eyelash falls off his eye and falls into the 5D. That's how far connected he was from his spiritual side. I mean, he didn't really see anything. And I feel that this Divine Masculine was really in the dark. I see here now, and because of that, it did take a long time. I feel that whoever, I feel like in some cases, this divine masculine, whoever this resonates for, may have said some things in the past to divine feminine that made the divine feminine recognize that this divine masculine is very into the material world. I feel that, and when I mean material world, he was into material things, a lot of material things, whether it be shoes, whether it be name brands, whether it be vehicles, whether it be clothes, whatever the case may be. It was a lot of material. And of course, he looked good, but you know, the lights weren't on. Nobody was home. Divine masculine. Hello. Hello. Where have you been? This divine masculine, there was nobody home, and he was just standing outside of divine feminine's house on this porch. This divine masculine was really in the dark, and it's okay, because you know, each journey is different, each individual is different, and that is part of this divine masculine's path. Not all divine masculines are like this, but this divine masculine was really, I feel, too consumed into the material world. I feel like they don't even know anything about, well, then I feel like then they didn't really know much about the spiritual aspect of their life. And I feel like the reason for that was because this divine masculine need to experience a huge awakening. And why? Because this divine masculine has a huge purpose. I feel like a very big mission, and how to be so prepared then to fully do a 180, fully awaken to a brand new, I feel like a brand new reality, right? So this divine masculine, the more he got into the way of the material world, the 3D world, the more he got consumed into that, the further he pulled away from divine feminine, but the further he fell into what I'm feeling is to a dark hole. He couldn't see. I see here that the pride, it has to do with the pride. The pride is what switched this divine masculine to see themselves for who they truly are. And the love that they have within themselves and for the divine feminine was discovered when this divine masculine went down this dark, dark hole. It was in the darkness where the divine masculine saw the light. It took a lot of work, and I see a lot of work has to do with divine feminine. Divine feminine, the amount of work that this divine feminine did on their independent soul journey also helped ignite that flame within the divine masculine on their journey. I see here that this divine feminine, you are in this reading, very briefly, but I'll mention it. Divine feminine, in this reading, you have worked very hard on your spiritual journey, and I see a lot of wish fulfillments coming in for this divine feminine. Divine feminine is very focused, very alert, meaning very aware intuitively, and they just continue to move on their spiritual path. They have a lot of self-love, and I feel like they speak not only truth, but they speak what they have experienced. They have spoken about I feel like they speak to inspire, and they speak to bring knowledge about their spiritual path, about their spiritual journey. I feel like their experiences that they speak are to help raise the vibration for others. So that's what this Divine Feminine has been working on. And they continue to work on, because I feel like not only are they elevating, but the path that they take, it's splitting into different, what I feel like the path that they take, they split into different roles, different sectors. Like this Divine Feminine felt that this is the path I need to go, but they are being shown other directions as well. They are very intuitive. They know when is the right time to make a switch, when is the right time to act, when is the right time to pursue something specific that they are guided to do, because they're very intuitive with themselves. They're connected to the divine. So now back to Divine Masculine in this reading. Again, I see material things, pride. They loved gathering, like entertainment. They loved hanging out, social gathering. They loved talking. I feel like this is a Divine Masculine who likes to talk, laugh, hang out with people. This is somebody who's he's an extrovert. This is a Divine Masculine who is extroverted. He likes to be in the limelight. He likes to be noticed. He likes the attention. When there's a group gathering, even if it's something that's not really, even if it's something that's casual, I feel like Divine Masculine needs to steal the show. That's what he feels. Like he is the entertainer. He is the one who breaks the silence in the group. I feel like if everyone's just having a dinner and this Divine Masculine is just going to crack a joke. Like this is somebody who likes the attention. And again, it is part of the Divine Masculine, but I feel like there's two parts to this. Why he does this. One, because that's part of his essence. The love of being open to expressing their personality. But at the same time, there is a little bit of a pride that creeps in. It's like the attention seeker type, that they need to feel fulfilled in some way. And the reaction of people, the eyes and attention on Divine Masculine help to feed this Divine Masculine's ego. So again, as I mentioned, that's part of the 3D world. So this Divine Masculine was very of the external, not internal. He did a lot of things that had to do with the external appearance, mostly appearance. And I feel like he didn't take time for himself. He didn't do, there was no self-care. The only kind of care I feel is like care of like appearance-wise, but not self-care like inwards. Like he did not go within. He didn't, if he was exhausted, he didn't feel the need that I need to take a nap, that I need to rest, maybe take a day off. He didn't do that. It's like, I just want to keep working so I can keep getting, or I can keep building. And I want it for show. I want things to show. And again, that is of the material world. So this Divine Masculine, he was stuck in that cycle. It feels like it was a very long, ongoing cycle. He thought that was the importance. I feel like he thought that was one of the main importance in life for him. He didn't know that the key to happiness has to start with within, having clarity, having a clear conscience. It has to do with clarity, clear conscience, doing things without intention, doing things with the goodness of your heart. I feel like this Divine Masculine, when he did something good, it came across again in the appearance of the outer world, that it came across as something good, that look, Divine Masculine is doing a good deed, but he did it with intention to receive something in return, whether it be recognition, whether it be attention, whether it be praise. He did it with intention to receive something. Now it's showing here that that cleansing was required, going within the darkness. Remember I mentioned within that hole to see the light, to ignite the light. Because of the high vibration of Divine Feminine, has helped elevate this Divine Masculine, helped lift this Divine Masculine out of the darkness. You started to see clear. There's clarity here. There's a purification. There's a release. The key to moving forward on a clear path starts within. And this Divine Masculine had to turn his back on old ways, had to release things, and it includes dialogue, internal dialogue. That also needed to be cleansed out. I feel like this Divine Masculine had a lot of negative internal dialogue. It feels like a loop. This Divine Masculine is showing here the end of old way of thinking, old way of doing. It's a lot about purification in this reading. So now back to when I first mentioned about this Divine Masculine constantly thinking about Divine Feminine. He had to do a lot of clearing out of the old, of the 3D, of the material world. And that showed him, that gave him more clarity about love within, and unconditional love, and the love of the Divine Feminine, the divine love. He started to see the strong connection, the bond between Divine Feminine. He could not see it when he was in that dark energy. You can't see in the dark, right? You can't see in the dark unless there's light. And the Divine Feminine help ignite the flame within the Divine Masculine to see the darkness in that dark tunnel, that dark hole. So this Divine Masculine started to see the purity, the divine love within Divine Feminine, the connection, the bond. And he started to think about things of the past. And I see here that his reminiscing of the past caused it was a shock, because it made this Divine Masculine, that was part of his awakening, that it made a big impact. Something that had to do with Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine's past, that helped awaken this Divine Masculine. When he started to see a little bit clearly, he started to reminisce about the past. That's when he's like, oh my goodness, this is what this is. The reality, the truth of the connection came to this Divine Masculine. He started to see a different way of living. I see here that he has a different perspective on what love really is. And he is not only curious, but he is intrigued and eager to move towards Divine Feminine, because he has come to a realization that this is something that is once in a lifetime or many lifetimes, and he's willing to stand up for this connection. He wants to stand up for this connection. And I see here that he's just thinking a lot about how to restore the connection, how to help. I feel like he wants to manifest it, and how to start anew. Like, again, clarity, clean slate. How to start new. He wants to come in with good intentions, pure intentions. And I feel like this time around he will be open to what this connection has to offer. I feel like he was very closed off. Again, his attention was of the material before, because of that fog that this divine masculine was in, the fogginess. There was no clarity. He could not see the connection for what it was. Now that this divine masculine has more clarity, he really wants to work, put in the effort. I see here that he knows that in order to have a loving, fulfilling life, that he needs to take the steps on his end to make that dream happen, to fulfill those dreams. So this divine masculine, he is not going to, it shows here that he is not going to reach out right away, because he's still, again, as I mentioned earlier, he's a little bit slow, but he is constantly thinking about divine feminine when he sleeps, when he wakes, and it has to do with divine timing, and it has to do with the divine, pushing the divine masculine to see what he needs to see. He is going to have those sleepless nights because he has to take the initiative to move in the direction that the divine is trying to show the divine masculine to go towards. So he's being guided at this time. And he will need to act on it, because if he doesn't act on it, he will not have any sleep. Yeah, so this is what I see in the reading for today. If you like my readings, please subscribe to my channel. And thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.